Now let's add an HUD. It's very simple. So we go to Content, New Folder. We will call this UI, as in User Interface. You will now right-click, User Interface, Widget Blueprint. We will call this BP_player HUD, heads up display. So you can automatically just go in, save. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to add an image. Drag it to the canvas panel here. On the image, we're going to set the anchor to the bottom left, or wherever you would like your health bar to be. I am now going to wrap the image with a size box so I can easily resize. I'm going to drag this to the bottom left, zoom in just to get a better look. I'm going to go to the bottom left. I'm going to change it up to here because I plan to later on have a little display that shows the current ammo of the weapon once we get there. So we're going to go like this. Perfect. So now, simply put, we will add a progress bar, drag it to the canvas panel. We're going to wrap the progress bar with a size box. Grab the size box, pull it down, make sure to set the anchor to bottom left as well. And let's say we just want the health to cover, let's give it a little safety gap there. This is the health bar. And we'll put a little image of a heart there later. So we're going to compile now. We will select the progress bar. Let's just say for now it is at 100% just so we can preview. And we want our health to be the stereotypical red. So right here we'll go fill and opacity. So now what we want to do for this is we want to bind the health percentage to our player's health. Simply put, what we will do for this is click bind, create binding. Leave this for now, but hit compile. We're going to go to event graph because we need to go get that player. Simply put, if we go get owning player pawn cast to BP player character. Now promote. We're going to promote that to a variable. We will call that player reference, just like before in the animation. Start to get used to casting. The same with coding. I'll show you guys in future once we get heavier into coding. Get comfortable with casting. So now we will say from player reference get health. Perfect. And from here we will promote health to a variable which we will call player health. Perfect. So drag into it. From here we will also drag out get health and get the maximum health, to which we will promote this to a variable as well, which we will call player max health. Perfect. So just like before, from the tick we will say is valid. What is valid? The player reference. Get. Is the player reference valid? If it is not, create it and set our variables. If it is valid, we will drag, actually it's probably easier just to go player reference, get our thing there, and say get health, put that one there, and say get max health. Perfect, get max health. And then we will say player max health set, player health set. So I'm going to put that there, that here. Try not to mix up your variables if you're making it as messy as I am. A little bit of spaghetti coding. So you'll set maximum health to the set maximum health. Drag is valid to set max health. Drag health up here to player health. And drag set to set. Compile. Perfect. So one last thing we need to do is in the function for get percent, separate them a little bit. We will get the player health and get the player max health. Now we will say put the divided sign for float divided by float. We are going to we're going to divide the current player health by the maximum health to get our percentage of how much health the player has. This way, even if you change it to player's max health is 1,000, player's max health is 10, player's max health is 100, regardless to what you set it as, it will be a scaled percentage to that. So we'll hit compile. We will exit. We will go into our player blueprint. On our begin play, we will create widget. We will construct the class as BP player HUD. Owning player will just be self. Oh wait, I can just leave that blank, can't I? Yeah, you can just leave it blank because we're already an owning player. We will drag off of the return value and say add to viewport. Compile. Perfect. So now when we hit play, we will have a little thing at the bottom that says our health. An easy way to test this, we could say project settings, input, action mapping. Just call this damage test, and we will set it to right bracket, or whichever whichever button you want to use to set the this damage test debugger. So to go in here, we'll just go in here into our player character, right click and write damage test. On press, we will say get a reference to self. We will say get set health. Okay, so on pressed we will set health of self, and then we can go float minus float, and we will say this get health. We will say as the top one, and we'll say minus 10. We'll lose 10 health every time we press this button. Okay? Sound good? Perfect. Okay. So now we will compile, and just to show you guys that this heads-up display works, I'm just going to grab these two size boxes. Whoops. I'll grab this one first. Just make it a bit bigger. Let's grab it and put it to here. We'll grab this size box. We'll put it like that. Perfect. Now it's loud and clear what our health looks like at the bottom there. So now when we press our debug key, our health will go down. Perfect, right? So what you can also do, if you, let's say you wanted your player to have more health, we want to give the player 1,000. Set it to 1,000, hit compile. So now when you hit play, begin play is going to call, and that function we made before in the begin play, where it makes them equal, we'll set the health. The health is now 1,000. You will notice by how many times it takes to press this debug key to get that health down. Let's say I want the health to be 10. I'll set maximum health to 10. Compile. It'll just take one hit to kill me. There we go. So, simply put, this is how you get the basics of a player done. You have your heads-up display. You have your health, jumping, crouching, camera movement, animations, all done. Tune in next time. We're going to go more in depth. We're going to do a inventory, weapons, and AI pathfinding. We'll explore a few more things. We're going to go more heavy into C++ next time versus just using it for the basis of our class. We're going to rely a lot more on C++. So get your thinking caps on. Maybe do a little bit of C++ learning in the meantime. Get more comfortable with it. And that's all for this time. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.